which running back will be the odd man out? You could even list 2 running backs because the way I see it is there's 6 on the roster right now, not counting Juszczyk, and they probably only keep 4 tops. So maybe which 2 will be the odd man out? Leo, you first.
Yeah. It's got to be Jordan Mason just because he's an undrafted free agent. It's the unfortunate part of the business. Looking at this last game, he averaged less than 2 yards per carry. So I think they'll be able to slide him onto the practice squad. And I referenced this last game.
Too bad because he had 2 nice runs that got called back to no fault of his own.
Yeah,
he did.
I just referenced that because of Jeff Wilson Jr. when he was an undrafted free agent. He had like 100-yard game against the Chargers. Guess what? They still cut him, and they were still able to sign him on the practice squad.
Apoplectic about it. I was like, how are you going to do that?
Yeah. So I think one of them has to be Jordan. So they're at 6 running backs, not including Juszczyk. So
hold on, real quick.
Down to
5.
5.
Did you notice that Mason got in the game before Ty Davis Price last night? That was interesting.
Yes.
I noticed that.
That was an eyebrow raiser.
That was an eyebrow. Like, Ty Davis Price was in late, and then he was terrible.
How I take that is, okay, we're gonna put you in this position. Show us why you should make the 53.
Okay, fair enough.
That's how I took it.
Fair enough. And Mason didn't quite do enough to like make it a no doubter. Fair enough. Okay,
for sure. He didn't run like Pierce did over there with the Texans.
Pierce looked good.
Fantasy sleeper.
Yeah, and then the second guy, I think the time's up with JaMycal Hasty at this point. I think it is. I think Trey Sermon's not say the trendy answer for sure. Like I'm not fully into Trey Sermon myself, but it is
fully into JaMycal Hasty. I love JaMycal Hasty.
I like JaMycal Hasty.
So good.
Where I can argue against myself is he does something different than the other guys.
I agree with that.
And they may want to keep that.
He's their third down back. He runs option routes. He's good. I like JaMycal. Sorry, but yeah, you might be right. I hope not. I feel like he's the Ross Dwelly of that running back room. Like they like him. I don't know. Maybe
they do. They do. Someone tried to
sign
him
before.
Cut
Trey Sermon though. It's tough to cut.
It's just tough. It's just you can't do it at this point. They should. But I just don't think they will. I don't think they will.
I know. Jose, what do you think?
That's such a hard one because I feel like the Niners kind of also like not show up their hand. Not trying to read too much into it, but Jordan Mason did speak at a press conference the other day, right?
He did.
That's sometimes
that's a big deal.
Hey, we're not cutting this guy. Right?
Basically saying like, hey, get to know this guy. He's going to be on our team. Like, why would you bring him out to the meet? Why do I need to get to know him? No offense. I like him. I'm sure we probably requested him. Maybe we requested him. Maybe that's why they got it.
Who the hell requested Jordan Mason?
I did. It wasn't me.
Freaking.
It wasn't me.
I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna be selfish because I wanted to make a team. Jordan Mason. I mean, okay, let's just say we already know who the hell. We already know it's Jeff Wilson and Elijah Mitchell, and then I guess TDP. That's 3, and Jordan Mason's the 4th. Do they go and actually hold a 5th running back this year? Because this team has ran through running backs like freaking.
That's great.
They could put Mitchell on PUP.
Oh god, that'd be right. That's gonna happen. But I think it's gonna be. I could see them keeping Hasty. I think Leo's one is gonna be the realistic one because I think Mason's gonna be the one who can actually survive a practice squad. But I think Trey Sermon can survive the practice squad too. To be honest, who the hell's picking him up?
I agree with that. I see. That's the thing. What has he shown?
They're not trading him.
He shows up at Ohio State. Maybe some personnel departments like him from.
I saw someone tweet saying like, "Oh, watch Sermon get a lot of run to showcase for a trade." Who's trading him? Why the hell would
he's hurting his own value by existing?
No, so I think I can see it happening, and I think that's what I would go with is those 4: Mason, TDP. TDP. We know with him. And then if you really want to go to the limb, Hasty and then Sermon. But Sermon's the bottom man out, and then I would go with Hasty.
It's tough to keep Sermon when, to me, he's shown that he's the worst running back on the team. I like Mason and Hasty better than him. And Ty Davis Price, like, it's too early. He's a rookie. He's going to make the team. But Sermon, as year 2, you got all the reps with the starters. You got less than 2 yards of carry. You had every opportunity, man. You weren't hurt. No one to blame but yourself. I don't see how he makes this team. I think it would be a travesty. A travesty. And if they cut him, who's picking him up? They could put him right on practice squad, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. And if they don't,
I don't think he'll sign.
He doesn't run hard. People be like, oh, he didn't have the lanes. He didn't have the holes. Okay, well, fall forward. Get 2 yards after contact. Nope.
You know,
Everyone else does.
He just looks slow to me.
how they
That
talk
too.
about quarterback with happy feet. That's what I see with Sermon right now. He's
does that
so
little hesitation
undecisive,
move.
and he starts going like this. Like he has no idea what to do.
Nope.
This dude starts
Nope.
getting like jello and just starts just shaking around and stuff like that, man. It's like, where are you going?
I was looking through the
Where'd you
Niners
go? Where you
media
go?
guide this week, and they have little blurbs about each player, and it kind of explains what they liked about him. So the 2 blurbs about Trey Sermon: 1, very high vertical leap; 2, studied the Niners offense at Ohio State. That's what they liked about him? Come on. He can jump high, though. Very high. Did you know that?
That's nice. Maybe
Bobby-
he can
he was a
transition
Bobby
to
Turner
tight
guy,
end.
too.
Red
Just
zone
jump
targets
over
at
the
tight
line.
end. Red zone targets at tight end.
He's a decent receiver. They throwed him a lot. They're really trying to make Trey Sermon a thing. I'm not sure that they will be able to do that, though. It'll be tough.
Dude, I really had like high hopes for Trey. I really thought he was going to be solid in terms of like that versatility guy. I didn't think he was going to be such an explosive runner, but I thought he was going to be more so like a decent runner with a lot of receiving capability. I remember me and Leo did a show when he got drafted, and I said something like that. I could see him being like a great like dual threat guy who comes in like a third down or something like that. And then, god damn, how wrong was I on that?
Here's how Kyle drafts running backs, because he's done 3 like in the mid rounds and failed each time. Well, I'm not saying failed, but so far it hasn't looked good. And like the scouts do a great job later, but what he does, I think he just looks. Give me their best game. Let me see their best game. And so he took Joe Williams in his 330 yards against UCLA. Trey Sermon is 330 yards against Northwestern, and Tydavis Price in his 287 against Florida. It's so obvious that he's like, look, I don't have that much time. I got 2 months. Just show me their best game. Give me their it's like, okay, well, maybe that's not the best way to scout a running. I'm just saying, you're 0 for 3 on that one. I can understand why he would think that way. Like, well, this is, this shows what he's capable of. Or,
Man, I was so hyped for Joe Williams.
So hyped. I mean, he did that to UCLA. That must have been real. We're a great football team.
He had like 3 games in a row or something like that with 200 yards on the ground. Like,
I think it's good not to draft running backs off of 3 games. That's what I've learned from Kyle Shanahan. Don't do that. All right, Joe, Leo and Jose together is Joe. I don't know. Anyway, that's our show. Sorry about that. Jose was not amused. Look at him. He's like,
don't ever call me Joe again.
That was a slip of the tongue. Sorry about that.
Go put your hat on. Go put your Cohn hat on.
Let me see if there's any comments, people that want to participate. Drake Jackson hit on Mills was crazy. Yeah, he hit them hell hard. That was the kind of hit that in the 90s people would be juiced about, but now it's like
it was shoulder to chest, but it's always the aesthetic now. They don't care. If it looks bad, we don't care.
If his head snaps.
Yeah, well, Mills got a long neck, so it definitely snaps back.
That's a lot of exposed area.
Mark Jacobs says Lance will never be Mahomes. Lynch and Kyler are a joke.
Okay.
Who said he's trying to be Mahomes?
Well,
okay.
They could, if they wanted Mahomes, they could have had Mahomes. They should have had Mahomes. That's what I'm saying. Devin Sherman says you were hard on Kinlaw, but not on a quarterback that throws like a running back that never played quarterback. Wobble
throws like a
throws low and high throws, bust. Not better than Jimmy.
I don't understand.
Why am I surprised that Devin Sherman looks like Devin Sherman? He's in the bathroom doing that selfie. That's a good look too. With the hold on, he's got the
high school bathroom.
He's got the sleeves cut off.
Is that a cut off baseball jersey?
Yeah, it looks good. I think he's pretty. Well,
that's the locker room. That's inside the locker room.
You got me, Devin.
Yep. I don't understand the wobbly throws complaint. I really don't understand.
He's a big Jimmy guy. He wants Jimmy back. What is it with people that are in love with the 18th best quarterback in the league? It's like, yeah, he's not the best, but
I'll forever remember, Grant, last month when we had a show and this guy went toe to toe with you on the Jimmy defensive. That was just
like
that was just hilarious.
It was like $10 after $10 after 10.
Yeah.
PFF pass blocking grades: Banks 28.9, Burford 32.3. Not ideal. Not the tackles were worse. At least watching on television. Damn, Isaac. Michael says Mitchell, Wilson, Mason, Hasty. Practice squad TDP. This should be the depth chart for running back.
Ooh.
Grant, you are a harbinger of doom. Keep it up. That's not nice. TDP is going to the practice squad?
I don't know if they could sneak him.
No,
like it was.
They were someone.
You're gonna cut a rookie 3rd round pick? That would be crazy. I wish Banks was at least mid. We got you already. Appreciate you. Anything else? I think we're.
No, that was a good reiteration. We wish. Hey, this year's goal. We want Banks to be mid, and all things are right. All right.
Please be mid.
Just be mid. That's all we got.
Jimmy is junk food, and Trey is vegetables. Nobody wants to eat their vegetables, even though it's good for them. That's right. It's like you're trying to shred for the summer. It's like, can't we just keep eating pizza? No, it's not going to happen for you if you keep eating pizza. But I came close last year. No.
Leo's like, hey, there's onions and cilantro on my tacos. That's vegetables. That counts for me.
Hey, that's facts.
Adam says, are you worried that Lance only threw 2 in-breaking routes this preseason? No, that's smart. You need to avoid things he doesn't do as well early on. I mean, like, the Seahawks did that for Russell Wilson his whole career. He wasn't throwing over the middle. Kyler doesn't throw over the middle. I mean, eventually Lance should have the entire field at his disposal. But at first, you start with what he does well and work from there. I mean, that's what they did with Tom Brady. Tom Brady wasn't like a big-time gunslinger his first few years in the league. He was a game manager, and then he worked from there.
I'm just ready for the games now.
Me too.